This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so we are recording this. I'll call to meeting the City of Bisbee Transit Advisory Committee to be held Wednesday, November 18th at 2020. Scheduled to start at 1:30. We had some technology issues, so we're starting at 1:47 via Zoom, GoToMeeting. I'm sorry, GoToMeeting. I will call roll. Kathleen Sandoval.
Yes.
He's here. Richard Duchesne is most likely not going to be here. Well, I know he's here. Donna Pulling. Humberto Rivera.
Here.
Luis Pedrosa.
Present.
Cynthia Robles. She's not here. I don't even wish she's on. Kata Williams doesn't look like she's joined us today. She let us know. Connie is here. Connie Film.
Present.
Jessica. Aubrey Perry does not look like she has joined us today. Lorena is sitting next to me. She says here. I am here, Jesus Otto. Linda Jones not going to join us today, so she is not with us. And Anna Klein, our city council liaison, is not joining us today. Okay. So item 1, approve the minutes from the August 18th, 2020 meeting. Does anybody have any discussion on that? None?
No.
We have,
No.
No.
Donna, did you have something?
No, I haven't read the minutes.
Okay, thank you. So we just need a motion. Okay, Donna makes the motion. We have a second.
Second.
Second, Jessica. All those approved, say aye.
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 Anybody opposed, say nay. Okay, unanimously approved. Item 2, discussion on update on the bus shelter in Naco. Donna, this is something that you had on there?
Yeah, I just wondered if we were talking about the heat or picture from the yard.
Sure.
I wondered if you were able to cobble together something for the Naco people.
Yes, absolutely. What we've had to do first is I've submitted a right-of-way permit so that we can put that at the corner of Towner and Martinez. So we've got that submitted. We have a few, at minimum, we have a few seats, benches. I think we can even put together a full-on bus shelter for that corner. We just need to get approval from the county, and we can start working on that.
Thank you so much, Jesus.
Absolutely. Were there any other questions or comments on that? Seeing none, I think we can move on to item 3, discussion on the contract / IGA between the city of Douglas and the city of Bisbee. Actually, Donna, it says that you're on here with that too. Did you have some questions regarding that? If not, I can give you an update. Okay, so I put together a draft, and I submitted that draft to the city of Douglas, and our legal team here, the city of Douglas, did make some changes to that. We'll review those. I don't foresee them being any issues with that. I do still need to resubmit that updated draft to our legal team to make sure they're okay. Once we're all on the same page, I'll submit that to ADOT. ADOT has got to give us the final blessing, and then the two cities can then take that to their city councils for approval. At that point, then we won't need a contract. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Luis, but we want to try to do that on 2-year terms so that they match up with the grant cycles.
That's right.
Okay. Okay.
And
Thank
just
you.
like to add that the fees is staying the same term, and basically the terms of the IGA reflect the current contract terms that we are currently operating under. So we didn't change anything to the operations. We want to keep things the way they are. At least that's the intent with the IGA, is to keep things relatively the same, with the city operating the bus and the city of Bisbee doing the administration portion. So just wanted to add that. Thanks.
Okay. Does anybody else have any questions or comments? Hearing none, we can move on to item 4, discussion and possible approval on removing Richard Duchesne, the local business representative, from the Bisbee TAC Committee due to not attending any meeting since he was appointed and not taking oath. Donna, this has you on there. I'm not quite sure why, but do you have any comments or?
Promoted to the store manager, one of the assistant managers at Safeway. So his schedule is just preventing him from fulfilling his commitment as a business member of the task, the TAC force. So we need to just find somebody else.
Okay. Does anybody else have any questions or comments regarding item 4? Hearing none, this is an approval process, so we do need a motion and a vote.
I move that we accept the resignation or remove, I guess it's removing Richard Duchesne
Correct.
from the advisory committee. And that's my motion.
Okay, good enough.
And I'll second the motion, Kathleen Sandoval.
Okay, Kathleen seconds. Do we need to have on this one, do we need to have a roll call, or do we just? No, okay. So all those approve of removing Richard Duchesne from the TAC committee signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed, say nay. Hearing none, that's a unanimous approval of the motion. Item 5, ridership report and other news. Humberto Rivera, if you could walk us through our ridership.
Yes, sure. I'm guessing everybody has the report for the Bisbee, the month of October. But the first one I'm looking is the Bisbee chart and graph, the first month of the cycle 2021. The ridership, the total for October was 2,497 riders, which was an increase from the last month of September when we had 2,053. So it's increasing. That's good. The bottom chart, it just goes into more detail: number of miles, hours, passengers, the days of service, and an average daily ridership of 92. The rest of it just also goes into more detail, number of elderly, disabled, all those numbers, adults, seniors. Does anybody have any questions regarding this chart?
Donna and Kathleen, if you don't have that in front of you, if you want to take a look at that, let us know. We can either forward that to you, or we get you a hard copy also, so you can look further into that.
You can forward it to me on my email, and I will take a look at it, since I kind of ride the bus almost 5 days a week.
Okay, we will do that.
Okay.
I could get an email.
Okay, Donna, we will. Okay.
Okay. The other page, it shows the monthly ridership day by day, and it's almost the same as you were looking at the other one, but it's just day by day. The numbers you're looking at the daily numbers with all the demographics right there. So, okay. Any questions on that one?
No. Okay. No, we don't have any questions. Is
no
that
questions?
No
Okay.
questions.
All right. Okay. I'll just move on to the report for the Cochise connection. And again,
Okay.
if you have the numbers there, the graph, the first one is the one which shows the monthly. And for the month of October, we're showing 533, which is a considerable increase from the last month. That was 412. So we're hoping that it can stay that with that number of ridership. So, but we'll see the next month how it turns out with all this COVID, increasing now. So we'll see. But as far as right now for October, the number increased, so it's 533. The next chart we have right there is the deboarding, where people get out on the different bus stops, and you can see all our bus stops that we go to, starting with the first one to the left, the Customs here in Douglas, the Visitor Center, the college in Bisbee, the Lyric, the Bisbee, then San Jose Square, Palominas, Nixville, the mall in Sierra Vista, the hospital, the college also in Sierra Vista, and finally the Sierra Vista, the transfer center. So you can get a pretty good idea of how much ridership is in every bus stop that we have right there. Any questions regarding that?
No, I don't have any questions. I think it's worth noting, Donna and Kathleen, we actually, a number of us on here just recently looked at all these numbers yesterday at the Douglas TAC committee. But one thing that was I noticed, and it was brought up, was the deboarding at the San Jose Square has actually gone up. It's, I mean, not huge, but it has consistently gone up. I would think that that's because of the increased people that are living there at that apartment complex. But I think that was worth noting, at least for the members of this TAC committee meeting or committee.
Yeah.
Yes, it's pretty steady, the increase. You can see it's like the steps almost like it's. I just wonder what's going to happen the next month. I hope it stays the same. But yes, it is. It is all the riders that are living around that area. So it's a good indication that there's movement in there in that bus stop there. Yeah. Okay. All right. The other one also, I don't know if you have the other chart, the one that's also again the monthly one, where it shows you every bus stop again and by day, so you can see the numbers. So it's a good indication of people where they're deboarding. So that's what I have in regard to my reports. I don't know if you have any questions, or so we can move on to the next item.
I don't have any questions. Donna or Kathleen, do you all have any questions?
I don't have any questions either. I just like the good report that people are actually using the service, and that is a good place for San Jose Square to pick up and drop off. It's a good
Okay.
thing.
Okay.
Thank you. I think that
Thank
puts
you.
us to item number 7, the Cochise Connection survey results. Again, a number of us have seen this yesterday, but I think it's worth briefly going over that for Kathleen and Donna.
Yeah, Jesus, I could do that. We had talked about this survey in the last meeting. So we went ahead and surveyed the ridership utilizing the Cochise Connection. We got about 33 responses. And I think it would be important if the members received a copy of the survey results. Jesus, I'm not sure if you have a electronic copy, we can send it to you so you can share. But there's a lot of good information there to see. Overall, if I were to summarize, I think we have very positive feedback as to the utilization of the service. They feel that the bus drivers were helpful and courteous. The service was either good or excellent. The bus is generally on time, 29 to 4. The bus is clean, 33 yes, 0 to no. Dispatcher helpful, all responded yes. Where do you need to go? This was an interesting question we posed. Where do you need to go that Cochise Connection doesn't? And the majority, as expected, was Tucson. And some posted Tucson was 14, Walmart 4, Fry's and Target 2, Benson 2, Huachuca City 4. And then we had the other category, which was very interesting. We had Seattle, Hazard Hazard Street in Bisbee, and Safeway in Bisbee, which is a little strange. Oh, I think it's alluding that we don't have a stop there specifically at Safeway. Would you like to see the Palomino stop in another location? We received 14 that said no, 4 that said yes, and 10 that were indifferent. We were very curious about that stop and seeing how much utilization we've gotten. We have gotten increase lately in the utilization of that stop, but we still wanted to kind of gauge the ridership to see if there was any other alternative. They also suggested a call for pickup at Bright Spot, Safeway, or Benson. And the other questions, I think, it's just the demographics of our ridership and the purpose of riding the bus. The majority are riding the bus for medical and employment purposes, followed by shopping, then education, recreation, and other. Actually, other was in the middle there. Do you feel it's meeting the needs of the ridership? The answer was overwhelmingly 32 to 0 yes. So that's kind of a brief overview. Jesus, like I said, that'd be good to share those results with the membership.
We will, definitely. Thank you, Luis. Are there any questions or comments regarding the survey results?
No.
I have a thought.
Okay.
Question. Would it be possible to publish this in some kind of a letter to the editor, or maybe an opinion in the newspaper to let the public know that the bus is being used results of the survey, just sort of as a promotional tool to encourage people to know that we still, the funding of the bus is important. Would that need some kind of special authorization to do something like that?
No, it doesn't require any special authorization. It would just be something that we could do administratively. Why don't UI and Lorena get together and we can see if we can find something appropriate to put together.
Oh, that would be great. I think it's a good promotional tool. And then secondly, I wonder how much longer does the grant run for the Cochise Connection? I know was it a 4-year grant?
2-year grants. And we are getting, October 1st was the start of the new grant, right? Yeah, so we just started a new grant cycle in October 1st. So we are in a new one that will last for 2 years.
Okay. And so, the bus that we are currently utilizing is the full-size 60-passenger bus. Is there, from the other committee members, I would like to know if there's any concern about, that's the bus we have that we're using. It's an overall ridership and the fuel cost is my concern. Does anybody else any comments about that?
Since that's technically not on our agenda, why don't we look at adding that to our agenda for the next meeting? We can discuss that. Sound fair enough?
Yeah, that's a little big. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, we can add that. Thank you. Okay, I guess we can move on. If there's no other comments or questions regarding item 7, we can move on to item 8, discussion on the Douglas Ridership app. I know that we are using that app in our buses now. I believe, Luis, correct me if I'm wrong, we're still using paper though, just to make sure that we're all on board or we're good to go. But hopefully we get to go straight to the app. This app, I'm not sure, Donna and Kathleen, if you all remember, but it's an app that tracks the ridership. I know that I've been involved in a few meetings with this, and it has the potential to do a great bit more.
That's also good with the drivers with the Bisbee bus, because I watched them mark the paper and also their little,
Okay.
I guess, iPads that they use,
Yep.
and they're very consistent.
Well, I will tell you that I'm very impressed with the work that the city of Douglas has done with their contractor. I mentioned I've had a few comments about some other types of things, and it really does look like this program, this ridership app is going to have a lot of potential that will be extremely useful for us. So I don't have a whole lot of Luis, and if you want to add anything more to that.
Just a little bit that we are in the process of, or we have gotten the approval to go ahead and partner with the app developer to go ahead and sell the app. Obviously, with the city of Bisbee and the partnership that we have, we intend on utilizing the app that we have with Douglas and just extending it to Bisbee and not sell it to Bisbee, but we will be selling it to other communities and promoting it. So you'll be hearing more about this app on other meetings. So, but yeah, I'd be happy to answer any questions about it.
I have no questions at this time.
Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to item 9, discussion on the trial lytics cameras on our buses. I've mentioned this in the past that we've had those on there. I've shared some information with the city of Douglas with some of the things that we can track. When we first got the cameras, it was tracking everything. It was tracking a lot more than what we really need. And I did had a discussion with Luis about what we really need to be tracking. It can track driver behavior, any kind of incidents and those types of things. A lot of the things were just way over the top, and so we backed it off a little bit. Even I've had weekly meetings with lytics on the progress and what we use and what we don't use with that. They have shared with me that we can even back off more so that any of those driver tendencies, habits, those types of things, we don't really get notifications. It just tracks them, and if we need to, we can go back and get those. I think that's more of the approach we want for those cameras. I will tell you that we've used them in a number of different ways, and we've had some people call, and a good example is we've had a council member, because we have the same cameras installed on our garbage vehicles, and we had a council member once and had a concern about the garbage vehicle speeding on a specific day. I was easily able to go back and track every trash truck that passed the area that was referred to, and I was able to see that the trash truck never got above 26 miles an hour. So those types of things are very helpful for us. Obviously, the camera recording inside the cab and the outside of the cab are very important to us. We are, like I mentioned, we are coming to the end of our trial. I'm not quite sure when that is, but with our new trash truck, and I shared this with some of the members, but for Donna and Kathleen, our new bus has come pre-installed with a camera system that we get on the other buses. With that camera system, we have a 1-year paid service that's included in the bus price. So I'm anxious to, we have a meeting scheduled Monday to go over some introductions to that camera system. So I'll have a short time where we're able to compare the two cameras and decide what system best fits our needs. With that, I don't want to, that's pretty much all we have. So I'm looking forward to comparing the two. Again, the lytics camera system, it was a free trial, so it did not cost the city of Bisbee any money, or directly or to our grant or anything. Anybody have any questions or comments?
No questions or comments.
With the trial.
Great, thank you, Donna. With that, we move on to item 10. Any comments of the board members with no discussion? Anybody have any comments they'd like to make? Okay. Hearing none, the next regularly scheduled meeting is to be determined. It shows that we have. So we will notify you all when our next meeting is. Should be sometime in February, according to Lorena. So we'll definitely get back with you all. We don't know whether we'll be on a go-to meeting or we'll be in person, but we'll see how a vaccine hopefully helps us out. With that, absolutely, Donna, thank you. Thank you, Kathleen, for joining us. With that, we'll go ahead and this meeting at 2:16. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.